Today, we are asking again for prayers. Please be prayer warriors. This man is needing our prayers as well as his family. It's John Robinson from China Spring, Texas. On January 27th, just 2 weeks and 2 days ago, there was ice in Texas. Ice covered everywhere in central Texas. The winter storm had hit, and John Robinson was walking out to his truck when he slipped on some ice. Had a terrible fall. He was in the cold, so hypothermia set in, so he fell backwards on the sheet of ice, crushing his spinal cord, paralyzing him instantly. He could not move his arms, legs, fingers, toes, anything. He could not do anything. So he laid on that wet ice ground, unable to move for nearly 45 minutes. And then finally, an Orkin pest control man was driving by and spotted someone laying on the ground. So he was a total stranger, but he stopped to help. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for those strangers that stop and help. I remember you named them some Good Samaritans. So this Good Samaritan went up to John and asked him if he was okay, and John was able to tell him, "No, I cannot move." Emergency personnel arrived, and he was taken to the hospital. There the doctors confirmed that it was a severe spinal cord damage, leaving him paralyzed from neck down. Surgeons did perform an emergency surgery so as to relieve the pressure on his spine. The surgery was successful, and C3 through C5, I believe, was removed and artificial put in. Also, his wife, Kimberly, and their children are leaning on prayers and community support. They're reading the messages of hope to John as they face unimaginable path that they are now on. On February 6th, he started running a fever. They did blood work and found that he did have a huge infection in his lungs. A bronchostomy was planned, and I do not have access to those results, but it sounds like, according to the little bit that is written here, that it helped him to breathe again. Now, the wife mentioned that on January 31st, the wife said that John stopped breathing, and she said in just a blink of an eye, there were about 20 nurses and doctors in his room doing what they could to get him breathing again, and they were able to bring him back and get him stable. They adjusted some of his meds, got him resting comfortably, and then they were, of course, discussing what the next steps would be. Then, around 11:10 Friday night, it happened again, and John was turning blue. Once more, the room filled up with doctors and nurses, and John ended up being put on a ventilator. So after that, he was resting comfortably, allowing the machines to breathe for him. Now, I do not know what happened from day to day. There's not that much written about him that I can see. But I'm going to share with you what his daughter wrote, because she wanted us to know about her dad. She said, "Since some of y'all don't know my dad, I'd like to tell you about him. He's a typical blue-collar dad in the South. Works from sunrise to sunset, comes home filthy, but never forgets a teddy bear for his sick daughter on the way home and always has to practice softball with his girls. He poured concrete for longer than I've been alive. His calloused hands helped build this city. He laid foundations for the buildings that we frequent and sidewalks that we stroll on. You can see him in the Texas Ranger Museum, Dr. Pepper Museum, and the McLean Stadium, just to name a few. He speaks 2 languages, and he's an incredible singer. He writes poetry. He has always done everything he could or had to do to take care of his family and to help anyone who needed it. Seeing people from all over, from all works of life, come together to help him when he needs it, I just don't have the words. The only words I know don't seem to even come close. And that was what the daughter wrote. It was wonderful to read that. So John is still, of course, in the hospital, but now spinal cord injury, paralyzed from the neck down. Of course, there will be increments of some progress being made, but it's up to the Lord how far John will recover. But our prayers, turning it over to God, asking God to heal John, asking God for a miracle. God never gives up on us, so we don't give up on God. Say prayers, and also the family has a GoFundMe set up for him. Please pray for this family, for the medical staff working with him, the surgeons. Prayer is what we prayer warriors turn to. Thank you, Lord.